By the end of Alberta's best summer ever, there were over 12,000 active COVID cases in the province. As we near the end of September, that number has jumped to 20,000 active cases, and that number continues to climb. So will this be the worst fall ever?
Last year, we saw in Alberta and other provinces, starting in October, a rapid rise due to activities moving indoors. Presumably that was the cause. And so there's going to be this additional burden of more contact from indoor social contacts that will possibly push the growth rate up.
Physics professor Dean Carlin has studied Alberta's COVID data since earlier this year. He projects that in October, with the new restrictions, the province will have about 2,500 daily cases, but the hospitals won't feel the drop because of the lag between infections and hospitalizations.
Even into early October, if the cases are continuing to drop, unfortunately, the hospital demands will continue to rise for a few weeks and then decline.
But developmental biologist Gosia Gasparovich doesn't think cases will decline rapidly enough this fall, and she blames in-person schools full of unvaccinated kids.
So in the group of elementary school children, cases are growing. They are doubling every 14 days. There's the fastest among all age ranges. That's the fastest growing group and with the highest incidence rate.
Gasparovich is charting spread patterns of the virus in different countries. And based on her analysis of New Zealand's practices, she thinks the only way for Alberta to reach zero COVID cases by Christmas is to institute a provincial lockdown.
But because we have much higher level of immunization than New Zealand has, then if we would do as strong lockdown as they did, we could get to zero much faster. We could get to zero in less than seven weeks.
Gasparovich says that more stringent measures with strong financial support for citizens are needed to combat every last COVID case.
And it is like wildfire in a way. If you leave just few embers in the campfire, they can start super fast, uncontrollable wildfire. So we need to stamp them out, all of them.
Carlin says that while the lockdown may be necessary in the future, upping the province's vaccination rates would be enough to stave off the worst fall ever.
If one can achieve 90% or perhaps even higher vaccination coverage in Alberta, then there's a chance that even with relaxation of measures, the COVID will not continue to grow in infections.
In Edmonton, Sarah Chu, City News.